It's almost the new year. You've got legendary resolutions lined up, lose your love handles, get shredded, and finally look sharp. But last year's resolutions were also legendary, and 12 months later, you still look like the Christmas turkey that survived the oven. Let me fix that. Burning fat can completely change your physique, yet most people jump straight into extreme diets. They see no results, get frustrated, quit, and end up gaining twice the fat they started with. Boom! Now even your love handles have backup love handles. To avoid that disaster, here are 10 simple tricks you can start today to lose fat naturally, without suffering, and without turning into a sad broccoli monk. The first trick is to eat more fat. Hold on. Put that burger back. I'm talking about healthy fats. Things like avocado, olive oil, nuts, egg yolk, or fatty fish like salmon. When you don't get enough fat, your hormones crash. And the hormones we're talking about are literally the ones that decide whether you burn fat or store it. Low-fat intake switches your body into emergency storage mode, which makes losing fat feel impossible, no matter how hard you try. That's why you need a solid amount of healthy fats every day. Aim for at least 0.6 grams up to 1 gram of fat per kilogram of body weight. These fats also slow down your digestion, meaning you're not shoveling food while mentally speedrunning the menu for the next round. Cutting calories can feel hard, but if you want to lose fat without feeling like you're fighting for your life every meal, here's the cheat code. Eat foods that cost your body more energy just to digest. This is called the thermic effect. Some foods take almost no effort to break down, like sugar and ultra-processed stuff. But protein, your body has to work to digest it. That's why it burns way more calories breaking down protein than it does with carbs or fats. So when you eat more protein, you're basically getting bonus calories burned for free. And on top of that, proteins also help you build muscle and keep you full, making fat loss easier. Meanwhile, sugar, zero work, zero benefit, zero fullness. Just calories going straight to storage. So eat foods that make your body work, not foods that make your body store. And aim for 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight if you're lifting. Sugar is sneaky. It's high in calories, but it doesn't fill you up. So you eat and still feel hungry. Then you eat again, and somehow you're still hungry. And here's where it gets nasty. When you eat sugar all the time, the hormone that keeps your blood sugar in check skyrockets, and over time your body becomes less responsive to it. When that happens, your body shifts towards storing fat instead of burning it. Even worse, your taste buds get so used to sugar that real food loses its sweetness completely, and your brain starts hunting for the next dopamine blast. The easiest fix? Cut the extras. Sauces, syrups, toppings, just a drizzle of whatever. These tiny upgrades are sabotage disguised as flavor. Remove them, and your daily calories drop without feeling like you're suffering. Because no matter how healthy your meal looks, if it's drenched in sauce and your calories are still higher than what you burn, you're not losing fat. But before you turn into the guy who weighs lettuce leaves like he's preparing for NASA lunch, liquid calories are one of the biggest fat loss traps. Soda, juice, caramel frappuccino, energy drinks, they go down fast, they don't fill you up, and they can stack hundreds of calories before your brain even realizes something happened. You're literally gaining calories without eating anything. And your body doesn't register liquid calories like solid food, so you drink, and your hunger stays exactly the same, which means you just stacked calories on top of the meal you were already going to eat. That's how fat quietly sneaks in. Mindless sipping that adds up way more than you think. So if you want the cheat code, save your calories for real food that actually keeps you full, and swap your drinks for water. You'll be shocked how fast your waist tightens up with this small change. Carbs are not the enemy. The real problem is refined carbs. When carbs get refined, all the fiber and nutrients are stripped out. What's left is basically sugar in disguise. Your body digests it fast, your blood sugar spikes, and your hunger comes right back like nothing happened. That's why you can destroy a plate of pasta and search the fridge 20 minutes later. And And to make it worse, most refined carb foods sneak in added sugar. So you get the double combo, no fullness and more cravings. This doesn't mean you need to ban pizza and bread from your life. It just means they shouldn't be the foundation of your diet. Instead, choose carbs that actually keep you full. Rice, potatoes, whole wheat pasta, oats, you've got plenty of options. They digest slower, they keep you satisfied longer, and they make staying in a calorie deficit way easier. So the rule isn't no carbs. It's to stop relying on the cheap processed ones that leave you hungry and looking for round two. Hammering the treadmill like you're training for a zombie apocalypse doesn't make fat loss faster. It just makes you exhausted, starving, and craving the kind of food that erases your workout in 5 minutes. Because most people burn 300 calories, then go reward themselves with 600. Instead, just walk. Like a lot. It looks too easy, but that's exactly why it works. It burns calories without triggering hunger mode or making you tired. This is why walking is one of the most effective fat loss tools on the planet. Low effort, low stress on your joints, easy to recover from, and you already do it every single day. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. Trust me, your body will change faster than you think. A lot of people try to get rid of fat, and especially love handles, by spamming oblique exercises and doing 1,000 side crunches. But that's not how fat loss works, because you can't spot burn fat. If you only hammer ab workouts, all you're doing is building muscle under the fat, so the fat stays exactly where it is. If you want your body to actually change shape, you need to lift. Adding weight, getting stronger, the kind that builds muscle and reshapes your frame. Because even though weight training doesn't burn a lot of calories during the workout, your body has to burn more energy just to maintain the muscle you build, even when you're doing nothing. That's free fat burning 24/7 for the rest of your life. Cardio helps you burn calories today, but muscles help you burn calories forever. If you want fat loss to stop feeling like torture, load up on fiber. It's your secret weapon against hunger. Fiber slows digestion, keeps food sitting in your stomach longer, and keeps you full. The result? You eat fewer calories without even trying. Foods like Brussels sprouts, beans, broccoli, oats aren't just healthy, they're natural appetite killers. So they make your diet easier, instead of turning it into a war. Talking about fiber, eat vegetables with every meal. Now, I probably sound like what your mom yelled at you for years, but guess what? She was right. Because veggies are super low in calories, high in volume, and take up massive space in your stomach, so you feel full without loading up on junk. Here's a simple move. Start every meal with your protein and your veggies. Finish those first. By the time you touch anything else, your stomach will be full. Before we move on to the final one, drop your personal go-to hack in the comments. Alright, the last simple but underrated fat loss hack is sleep. If you've already seen my video about it, you already know it's a total game changer. For everyone else, it's not too late to fix it. Let me quickly explain. Sleep basically controls the hormones that decide if you're burning fat or storing it for the winter. When you don't sleep enough, testosterone tanks, cortisol spikes, and instead of burning fat and keeping muscle, your body will do the exact opposite. Yeah, bad deal. But when you sleep well, you get all the benefits. Better recovery, higher testosterone, less stress, and faster fat loss, even if you do nothing else differently. So if you want to look lean instead of half alive, aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Dark room, cool temperature, no doom scrolling before bed, because no matter how perfect your diet is, if your sleep sucks, your results will too. Apply these simple fat loss tricks, and for once, you'll be the one carving the Christmas turkey, not looking like it.